Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As the title of the video says, I will be explaining what I did in order to get up to $14,000 in scholarship. So I did not pay a dime for my first year education. For those of you who don't know, I'm currently going to Carleton to study biomedical and electrical engineering. So I will be telling you what I did, and mind you, I'm not a very sporty person. Like, my resume was solely based on extracurricular activities, academics, and like teacher recommendations. So I will tell you the most important step that I think that I took that made me get those scholarship. So the first number one trick, and oh, a disclaimer, I'm currently in Ontario, Ottawa. So if you're watching from a different place, it might be quite different to how things are run in your province. But specifically, I went to a school in Ottawa. So if you're in Ottawa, this information will greatly benefit you. Firstly, like I said, I'm not a very sporty person. I don't do sports at all. So that did not limit my uh, resume. It didn't limit anything. So one thing I did was, number one, to join clubs. I joined the Black Youth Diversity Club. I joined the Medlife Club. I joined the I Contribute Club. I joined a lot of clubs just to basically build up my resume and like to see that yes, I do other things apart from academics. So number one is to join clubs. Number two, teacher recommendations are highly important. So most of you will be probably applying from grade 12. So grade 11 and 12 was when I started to develop relationships with my teacher. They knew that I wanted to study engineering. They knew that this was what my mind was at. So they definitely knew me outside of classroom because I would make attempts to go talk to them. So solely for the reason of like recommendations, because anytime you're applying to anytime you're applying to scholarships, I do not see any scholarships where they don't ask you for teacher recommendation, and that is very highly important. Make sure you're making connections with your teachers. It doesn't have to be every teacher that you see. It doesn't have to be every teacher that teaches you. It could be other teachers that know your capability and like that know you, for them to be able to vouch for you. So that's number one. Number two, make sure you talk to your teachers, create a relationship with them, and so that it can end up being on your reference. Number three, academics. So I had an average for grade 12 of 90%. It doesn't need to be super high. So I would say most scholarships usually go from 75% to 90%. So in those range. So if you're a very academic person and you have averages of 75 to 90, definitely use that to your advantage. Make sure that the work you're doing is up to par so that you can, have a high average to be in the competition. So there was one scholarship that I applied for. It's called the Black Canadian Scholarship, and that one had $6,000 of the name to it. So I heard that over 500 people applied to it, and when I went to the interview, we were only six. So they narrowed it down from 500 to six. So you could imagine the portfolio that other people had as well. So I would say that if you had like a high grade, it definitely increases your chance of being picked as well. And number four trick I would say is to write a very detailed essay. So what I did personally is I wrote an essay of about 1,500 words. It had everything: where I come from, what I do, my academics, extracurricular activities, what I wanted to do in the future, my career aspirations. I had basically all of my story. Because at that point in grade 12, when you're applying for scholarships, you're also busy doing other things. You're trying to get in your university applications, you're trying to get in your marks, you're trying to make sure everything is okay for you to proceed to the next level. So I would definitely say in your earlier grade 12 term, draft an essay, give it to your English teacher to go through it, so that whenever this application's coming, you just take the essay, take part of it, copy paste. All you have to do is a little revision to make sure it matches what they're asking you, But like I definitely did that and it made my life so much easier. I think I applied up to 23 scholarships, and I think I got about up to 4 or 5, actually I think 5 or 6 scholarships out of it. So you can see that the more you apply to, the more chances you get to be considered for a scholarship. And number 5, I think, I hope I didn't lose track, but number 5, I would say, is use who you are to an advantage. So I am a black female, a minority from the underrepresented community, and immigrant as well. So I definitely used all of these titles to my advantage, because when you see scholarships that states if you're an immigrant, if you're black, if you're a woman, and most especially, they do offer a lot of scholarships for women in STEM. Sorry, considering that I am an aspiring engineer, I definitely fell into the category of women in STEM. So I use that to my advantage like as well. So use who you are to an advantage. Apply for scholarships that state if you're black, apply for it. If you're a female, apply for it. If you're going to social science, apply for it. So there are a lot of scholarships that are very specific to certain people, and I would advise you to do the same. Use who you are as an advantage. And if possible, I will also do a follow-up video as to like a list of scholarships that I applied for that matched my category. So you could stay tuned for that as well. If you want details, I could definitely give it to you. What else? What else? What else? Okay. Number 7. I believe we're at the 7th tip. Don't, like, this is not really a trick or tip, but a lot of people get demotivated like after a certain period of time. Please don't. The scholarship I told you about that I got $6,000, the Black Canadian Scholarship Fund. So basically, the deadline was tomorrow, and I submitted my application today. I didn't even want to submit it, honestly. My mom was like, just go submit it, and like, it came out good. So like, don't demotivate yourself. Apply for every single one that you see. Obviously that that you would be a nice competitor for. Don't just apply to other things that don't match your category. So apply, apply, apply. I am not paying a dime to go to first year, and as well second year I have a few more dime that's gonna go in there. So like it definitely saves money, especially if you don't want to work, especially if you're not trying to take out a loan with OSAP, all of that. So it definitely contributed to my success, and how I was able to gather up to $14,000. And trick number 8, I'm not sure if this happens in other schools, but in my school, we had school scholarships. So apart from external scholarships, we had internal scholarships. So these are the ones that your teachers, your staff are going to recommend you for. And remember when I said to, talk to your teachers, let them know who you are. This usually helps because when teachers are considering you for the scholarship, mind you, they know who you are, they know what you're trying to do. It definitely helps them say, she's a very good candidate, or Isa, or they are a very good candidate. So for your internal scholarships, make sure to apply as well. Tick every category, tick everything. And I know that there's a range of scholarships from academics to sports, so you don't have to worry if you're not a very sporty person. Neither do you have to worry if you're not a very academic person. So there are different ranges of scholarship. At least in my school, that's what they did. They apply for those as well. Make sure your teachers know you. Write a very good and detailed essay. What else am I missing? Oh, okay. And just to add on to this, I will my portfolio obviously will be different from yours and will be different from the other person. But the things that I did, so basically I was in up to 5 clubs, I think. I was what again? The clubs helped me as well. My academic helped me as well. Who I was as a person, like I said, relationships with personal people helped me as well. So I feel like I covered everything that I wanted to say. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment below, and I will act on gathering other scholarships which I forgot to mention, and I will put it in my next video as well, so stay tuned for that. And also, I will be doing a day in my life as an engineering student very soon, so stay tuned for that video as well. And thank you for watching. If you got this far, thank you. Don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the subscribe button. Bye!